Good morning. My name is Stefano Carpani. I'm a psychoanalyst trained at the Carl Gustav Jung Institute in Zurich and a sociologist. Today I would like to draw your attention to my new book, this book, The Plural Turn in Jungian and Post-Jungian Studies, the work of Andrew Samuels. This book was published on February 23rd last week and is available in the hardcover and Kindle. What is this book? This is a tribute to Professor Andrew Samuel. In the introduction, I write, this book is quite unique. It is a Festschrift for Andrew Samuel. What is a Festschrift? It is a book to honor someone that retires. Andrew Samuel left his professorship at University of Essex at the beginning of 2019. So I decided to put together a group of students, of PhD students, doctorate students of his, and to write a book about it. What did I write? This book is quite unique. It is a Festschrift for Andrew Samuel, written by his own PhD students, and furthermore, it is Andrew Samuel second Festschrift. The first one was done by Gottfried Euer a few years ago. Therefore, this book is a tribute to Andrew, the teacher, the man, the mentor, and the theorist. It is a tribute to Andrew, as the German would say, in one word, Andrew as Doctor Father. Andrew as Doctor Father wrote about the father in almost all his books. The plural father, the father of whatever sex, the wounded father as something to be healed, the father's desire to be loved, and not only as an emotional or unemotional security provider. Therefore, the father as the new man, which he described as a, quote, loving and attentive father, and a sensitive and committed partner of whatever sex. Also, one could say that a father is someone that is available and reachable. And when we look at daughters, father is the first love and actually the first disappointment until separation comes. So, this is a book that for the very first time reunites some of Andrew's PhD supervisees, scholar trained at the Center of Psychoanalytical Studies, now Department of Psychosocial and Psychoanalytical Studies, at the University of Essex, who have specialized in Jung studies, but whose passion for psychoanalysis goes beyond Jung's theory. Therefore, those scholars whom I call neo-Jungians employ Jung in a new fashion, along with other schools and traditions of psychoanalysis and beyond psychoanalysis, which mutually contaminate and enrich each other. Also, I sense that this book might also help to acknowledge that what could be called the Essex School, which is a particular approach to the study of Jung and psychoanalysis and finds its center of gravity with distinction in Andrew himself and Renos Papadopoulos. This book is divided in three parts. The first part is a series of chapters, excerpts from the PhD thesis. Mary Addenbrook presented a paper titled An Inquiry into Psychological Aspect of Recovery from Dependence on Psychoactive Substances. James Allen Anslow presented a chapter titled The Tabloid Trickster, a post-Jungian evaluation of early 21st century popular British newspaper journalism characterized by that of The Sun. Rupert Murdoch. Elizabeth Brodersen, Liz Brodersen, Laws of Inheritance, an Archetypal Study of Twins. Stefano Carpani, myself, I presented a chapter titled From Emancipation to Liberation, a neo-Jungian critique of Theodor Adorno. This is a trilogy about Adorno, Horkheimer, and Marcuse, a revisitation of the Frankfurt School and criticizing them for not having looked beyond Freud and maybe not even understood Freud because they were not psychoanalysts, they were theorists. Chapter 5 by Leonard Kassar, a Maltese man, is titled A Spatial Rapprochement Between Jung's Technique of Active Imagination and Des Oeils Rêvées et Villes Dirigées. Martina Kreshichinka, a critique of containing space in a therapeutic work. Chapter 7, Claire Krellin, Alchemy and Individuation. Chapter 8, Souquet Fontilieu, Souquet teaches at Pacifica, writes about Pan-Stolsk America, Contemporary American Anxieties and Cultural Complex Theory. Philip McCash, Personal Myth and Analytical Psychology. J.A. Svan, Jennifer Svan, On the Spirit of the Self, Chagall, Jung and Religion. And finally, my dear friend Huan Weng, who is Chinese, Marriage as a Psychological Relationship in China. It's very interesting because the people that wrote here are from many different nationalities. We have English, American, Italian, Maltese, we have Polish, Czech, Chinese. Very interesting. Part 2 is titled Andrew in 1000 words. What does it mean? I asked the contributors to write about Andrew, their memory, how they met, how was their supervision, in 1000 words, not more. You can see a very different way of interacting with the supervisor. Part 3 is very interesting because it's an interview, a written interview between Andrew and I. I titled this interview Psychoanalysis in the 21st Century. And this is somehow inspired by another interview I ran in 2005 and 2006 with John Thompson. John Thompson is professor of sociology at University of Cambridge. He was my supervisor when I was a master's student at Cambridge. And that interview was titled Sociology in the 21st Century. So in this interview, for the first time, Andrew talked about his mother, his father, his time working for Obama's and Tony Blair's entourage for the election. And the interview is divided in 3 board sections. Yeah. To start with, I focus on his personal biography, then on his intellectual biography, and then on his own contribution to the field of analytical psychology. The first question is straightforward, is who is Andrew Samuels? I hope you will enjoy this book. You will buy this book if you like. Thank you. Goodbye.